Welcome to Diplomat TV. In this episode, Diplomat TV was invited to witness a celebration held because of the 50th anniversary of the ASEAN Association. After almost 150 years, the Dutch statesman Johan Rudolf Thorbecke finally has his own monument in The Hague. And young Ambassador Yusra will meet the Ambassador of Panama.
I would like to invite everyone to stand and sing the ASEAN anthem.
ASEAN is the Association of Southeast Asian Countries, which was created on August 8, 1967, when the foreign ministers of 5 countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand, signed the ASEAN Declaration. In 2017, the Union consists of 10 countries, and in order to celebrate this, 5 of these countries with a diplomatic representation in the Netherlands gathered together in the Embassy of Malaysia to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the association. The Director of Asia and Oceania of the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Mayor of The Hague were honored guests.
On this day 50 years ago, on 8 August 1967, 5 founding fathers of ASEAN signed the Bangkok Declaration and ASEAN was born. ASEAN was established during a tumultuous period against the backdrop of Cold War and post-colonial period when the region was facing a myriad of uncertainties compounded by internal regional conflicts.
ASEAN now is one community in the region consisting of 10 countries with more than 633 million population. So we hope with this strength, ASEAN would be a force in every aspect, be it in economy, be it in other aspects, a regional grouping that is competitive, that can go along with other world community.
Vietnam became the member of ASEAN since 1995. Yeah, until now that's 22 years already.
Can you imagine 50 years ago, the Cold War which rampaged the ASEAN continent, the ASEAN region? We brought so many good things to our regions since then, since 50 years. The peace, the prosperity, the development.
This is an occasion for us to remind ourselves of what we were able to achieve this past 50 years. We've now developed an economic community. We're trying to develop a more cohesive political agenda, and of course, making ASEAN relevant to our respective peoples. And we have a blueprint for this for 2025.
Of course, we've been actively take part in these ASEAN activities from the very beginning. So, and also Thailand is a founding member of ASEAN. So, Thailand has been active all along.
The 5 countries with diplomatic representation in the Netherlands gave a cultural performance.
We're happy to sing this song called Tagumpay Nating Lahat, which means victory for everybody. And the message was to we can achieve victory, or we can achieve our goals if we work together.
Could I ask you a question? What do you think of this monument?
It's beautiful.
Yeah? What does it resemble to you?
A teacher.
A teacher? Okay. That man that you see on the left in the marble is the man who made our Constitution. So he's looking at the tower that you see over there, and that tower is where our Prime Minister reigns. It's the connection.
The connection,
Yeah.
yes.
After almost 150 years, the Dutch statesman Johann Rudolf Thorbecke finally has his own monument in The Hague. Near the center of the Dutch Parliament, a great marble statue of the statesman has arisen. It is accompanied by 3 contemporary statues made of stainless steel to connect the present with the past. Johann Rudolf Thorbecke was born in 1798, and he was an important Dutch statesman with a liberal foundation. In the year 1848, he revised the Constitution of the Netherlands, giving less power to the king and more to the States General. He is regarded as the founder of parliamentarianism in the Netherlands. In February 2017, the monument was unveiled. In attendance, the initiator of the monument, the former city councilor, Tessa Oosterholt-Eekhout.
The woman over there?
People don't know what she exactly is. She might be a secretary, she might be a teacher, like you say,
Yes.
but people don't know.
So young Ambassador Max went to Stroom Den Haag for the exhibition, A Matter of Time, Tom Pookie and the Thorbecke Monument, to learn more.
Hi Max.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. Let's start over here.
So is this the only monument of Thorbecke?
No, there are actually 2 other monuments of Thorbecke, one in Amsterdam and one in Zwolle. And the monument in Amsterdam was founded just after he died, and it was supposed to be located in The Hague, but at that time Thorbecke had too many political opponents which didn't like to see him after his death again, so therefore the monument was replaced to Amsterdam. This was also the reason why 10 years ago the municipality of The Hague invited an artist to make a new sculpture for Thorbecke, because it was a sort of historical mistake which should be repaired by this. The question to the artist was to represent him as a thinker, as a philosopher, because Thorbecke was a professor in law and for many years taught at the University of Ghent in Leiden. So before he came to political power, he had already a long experience of European law, and therefore he's also interesting for contemporary times, how the Netherlands could take part in a European, more wider picture.
So what materials did the artist use in this monument?
Well, he used marble for
Right.
Thorbecke as a classical material for sculpture, and stainless steel for the more present situation where you can see 3 people in sort of negotiation interact.
And why stainless steel? What does that exactly resemble, or doesn't it have to resemble anything?
It's the confrontation of the 2 materials,
Okay.
the past and the present. I'll show you the exhibition.
Okay. What was the role of Stroom for the choice of the Thorbecke monument?
Well, Stroom advises the municipality about art and public space. When there will be a new monument erected, they ask Stroom to form a committee, and for this commission we were asked to provide a list of artists who could make such a huge monument.
Why did they choose Tom Pookie to make this Thorbecke monument?
Well, the committee chose his design because the question was to represent Thorbecke as a scientist, as a thinker, as somebody who had a vision for the future. And Pookie's design was the best answer for this question.
Young Ambassador Yusra will meet the Ambassador of Panama. The Republic of Panama borders Costa Rica and Colombia and is the southernmost country in Central America. A mountain range, part of the Continental Divide, runs the full length of the country. An important source of income for the country is the recently expanded Panama Canal, which connects the Pacific Ocean with the Atlantic Ocean. Panama has several regions where indigenous people can live and enjoy their culture as it was many years ago. Panama City is a busy metropolis.
Hello, welcome to the Panama Embassy.
In 2012, Panama opened its embassy to the Netherlands.
Welcome to the Embassy of Panama in the Netherlands. This is our President, Juan Carlos Varela, and our Vice President, who is also the Minister of Foreign Affairs. These are the rest of our team, Armonía, Chang, and Milciades, each one in a specific area in the multilateral part of the responsibilities of this diplomatic mission. And I wanted to show you here a few pictures from our country. On this one right here, where we started to build the expanded canal. Over here you can see the final product has been completed. This is the new canal, and here you can see the old canal. We have 3 pools of water. This is because the water is being recycled. So here we're recycling more than 70% of the water, which is very important for us, since water is one of the main components of the Panama Canal. Please follow me.
Your Excellency, thank you for having us in your embassy.
You're welcome here.
Your family has an interesting story about Maduro. Can you please tell us about it?
Well, my family, originally, they are from Spain. They left Spain during the Inquisition, and they came here to the Netherlands. My father's name was Eric del Valle Maduro, and George Maduro from Maduro Dam and my father were first cousins. So Maduro family is part of my family, and it was very interesting to come here to the Netherlands, and as a matter of fact, I didn't know, and then all of a sudden they told me there's this place called Maduro Dam.
Our next question is about Dutch people. Could you please have a look at our screen?
Yes, of course.
Your Excellency, since you're appointed as the Ambassador of Panama in Netherlands, what do you think about the Dutch people in general perspective?
Well, I think the Dutch people are probably one of the happiest people in the world. Everybody here has or almost everyone has a huge smile. Everybody's happy. I don't know why, because it's very cold in here in the winter. I guess it's because they're riding their bicycles. We don't have that in Panama. Having been able to get in my bicycle and come to work, this is one of the things that we are probably going to miss most when we're back in Panama. We don't have this. It's so organized and so efficient. We really, really, really like it.
Can you please tell us about your career as diplomat?
This is my first posting as a diplomat. I've worked in the private sector, in shipping, basically for over 28 years. I was president of the Maritime Chamber in Panama for 2 years. And I've been, basically since I graduated, I've been working in the private sector in shipping, logistics, and this is my area of expertise, really. When President Varela won the election, he offered me this position, and it was a huge, huge honor for us to be able to work for Panama in this country.
Well, cinema is really important for Pucky. So especially this scene with the window and the 2 shutters, is also very present in the exhibition. It's again the symmetry, and it's really a magnificent take. The film is shot in 1975, and it's a one take. It lasts 7 minutes, and the camera moves from a room to outside to a square, and then going back to the room. It was very interesting to look through the lens of the Thorbecke monument into the works of Tom Puckey, as they show a sort of ongoing thread through his works, which are about mirroring, about doubling, symmetry, and many references to art history, science, in a sort of pseudo-scientific way. And I think the scientific approach is also something which really reflects on Thorbecke, as he was a scientist in the first place.
Could you tell me a little bit about this artwork?
This is a very important work for Puckey. It was seen before in the Stedelijk Museum in the 80s, in a very important exhibition of Mike Kelly. And it's sort of very symmetrical piece. You could see this as a kind of a centerfold, as a catwalk. In this work, in True Light, you can already see the first appearance of working in this style by working with puppets. And not puppets like here, made in sort of crafty German way, but puppets as you can see them in sort of Victorian style with the clothes and the kind of puppets which are shown in displays. And they're holding these two lenses of mirrors, and this is part of this sort of the sort of language which Puckey uses in his older pieces, which are dealing with scientific instruments, referring to Spinoza or paintings of Van Eyck. So there are many references to art history, and this is typically something from the 80s. Well, this is a portrait of Thorbecke, painted after his death, and it's a loan from the Rijksdienst Cultureel Erfgoed. And it was given it was special permission by the Prime Minister because it was hanging in his office.
I always think it's fascinating to see how marble is carved in this detail. Can you tell me a little bit about how this artwork was made?
For Puckey, it's always very important to use analog techniques, using a live model, clay, wax, and endlessly modeling the work. And finally the plaster copy will be brought to Italy, where they select the marble and carve it, first the rough form by computer and then very detailed by craftsmen in Carrara in Italy.
What is the relationship between nudity in this exhibition and Thorbecke?
The female figure is for him more the other. It's about looking, about a certain direction of looking. So therefore, I thought they should be present in this exhibition.
A Matter of Time. Who chose this title and why did they choose it?
Actually, it was a suggestion of Tom Puckey. A Matter of Time is because it's about the relation of Thorbecke and the contemporary and how you move around it, how you move around the sculpture.
Could you please have a look at our screen?
Yes, of course.
Ambassador, can you please tell us about the bilateral relationship between Panama and Netherlands?
Panama and the Netherlands have had diplomatic relations since 1914, when Panama became a republic. We are a logistics and maritime country, so is the Netherlands, so we have many things in common, and we take advantage of that to strengthen even more our relationships. The Netherlands is doing a good job. They're exporting quite a lot over to Panama and using our canal to export their goods over to other places in the world. But we need to be able to do our part, our share too, and get some of our products over here too. So we need to work a little bit more on that, and fortunately the relationship is so good that whenever we call the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they are very eager to help us out in whatever requests we have.
We have another question on the monitor.
Your Excellency, what are the major areas of trade between Panama and the Netherlands?
I think it's not only what we can take from each other. There's so many things in the Netherlands. Every day I see new things here. The way you manage the waste, the way you recycle, the way you handle the water issues. So there's a lot there that we can benefit if we work together with the Netherlands.
Tourism sector is a very big potential in Panama. What steps is the embassy taking to promote this here in the Netherlands?
Well, first of all, to get to know us, because I've noticed a lot of Dutch people do not know much about Panama. We have two oceans. We have the Caribbean Ocean on one side and we have the Pacific Ocean on the other side. And the difference in time between, you can drive in 1 hour, you can swim in the Pacific, drive 1 hour and swim in the Caribbean. I don't think you can do that in any other place in the world.
What's the lesson of life His Excellency Willy de Valle Velasco?
I would say family. My wife and my children are the most important thing in my life, and the rest of my family as well. Friends, the contacts you make are so important in life that you really don't know how important they are. I have many friends all over the world, many friends in Panama, of course, and I can tell you that they have helped me many times, and I have helped them many times, and this is what friendship is all about.
Is there anything you'd like to say that we have not addressed and which you think is important?
The Netherlands is such a wonderful country, and sometimes I think you probably have the same problem that we have. I think Panama is also a very wonderful country, but sometimes we have it for granted. I think you should appreciate the country you have if you don't, because this is for me that I come from another complete different culture. It's such a wonderful country.
Your Excellency, thank you for having us here in your embassy.
It was a pleasure. Yeah. Thank you, and thank you for the interview.
Thanks for watching Diplomat TV. For any feedback, ideas, or suggestions about our program, please email us at contact@diplomattv.com. You can watch this and other episodes at diplomattv.com.